WSCFM Claremore Tulsa. 91.3 FM, Real College Radio.
And now, broadcasting from the top of the skyscraper that is the Markham Hall on the Rogers State University campus in Claremore, it's Green Country's most exciting radio show, Free Association. And now, here is the Fort Smith Fireball, your champion of chicken, and your deluxe dueling DJ, Mark Lane.
Hello, Green Country, and welcome to this edition of Free Association. I'm Mark Lane, KO. Once again, thank you for the introduction. On today's show, we'll be talking about why professors want you to highlight and mark in your $200 textbooks. We'll have some Mark Lane verses. Oh, the landlord's dog. I can't wait to get after it on this show. And we'll also look at the headlines. What do you need to know? Scott Brown defeats Martha Coakley in the Massachusetts U.S. Senate race. Whether that's news? Yes, it is, but we have some other news as well right here on Free Association. Certainly it's not news. The request line is 343-7913 if you have a request. Here's Jamie T. with Chaka Damus right here on Free Association. The Calculation by Regina Spektor right here on Free Association. I'm Mark Lane. Welcome to the show if you're just now joining us. Before that, Regina Spektor's song, we had 07 with Swing, and before that we had Prescription Bandits with Hope is a Butterfly. Or maybe it's RX Bandits. I never know. I pick one side and I'm wrong. It's like a marriage whenever I try to read off the playlist here on 91.3 FM. But if you want something else on the playlist, let me know about it at 343-7913. If nothing else, we'll go ahead and look at the headlines. As you well know, Scott Brown defeated Martha Coakley for the Massachusetts seat for the U.S. Senate. And this is very momentous because that was Ted Kennedy's seat up there in Massachusetts that he held for, 50 years, almost 50 years. And now a Republican is sitting in that seat. Yes, the times are a-changing indeed. And so, looking at the other headlines on MSNBC.com, Dems reeling, soul-searching after Massachusetts loss. No kidding. Poll, 1 in 5 unsure they'll take census. Well, I think what they could do to alleviate that concern would be to have a Facebook application for a census. No, really, they could do it that way. Then you could receive a notification, and it would say, Douglas Whitman sent a request using U.S. Census. Douglas really needs some extra points, so make his day and go ahead and fill out the census. They could do it that way. I'm sure it would work. What else is going on? Obama's nominee to lead TSA withdraws. I wonder if he couldn't get past security. He had a little too much change in his pockets. Well, you belong right here on 91.3 FM listening to me, Mark Wayne, on Free Association. And that was No Effects with Eat the Meek. And if you are timorous yourself, then please get over your fears and call the request line at 343-7913 if you have a request. Oh, thank you for joining me on this Wednesday afternoon. Here we are, the second week of classes, and I am absolutely getting a kick out of my professors who talk about marking and highlighting in our textbooks. Have they no idea how much these textbooks cost? Here's a hundreds of dollars textbook, and you want me to get out a pencil or a highlighter and defile the thing so I can sell it back and get like 10 cents on the dollar for it? My goodness. I don't understand where they're coming from with that. Why should I highlight or mark in it? I don't know. So, all right, here's Dead Weather with hang you up from the rafters. Oh, hang you up from the heavens. Okay, right here on Free Association. 343-7913 is the request line. Filigar with Nightfall right here on Free Association. And let's see, looking out the window, no, night has not fallen yet. So that still means I have about over an hour left with you on this Wednesday afternoon. And if you have a song, let me know about it at 343-7913. If you need some artists and some songs to help jog your memory so you know what you might want to call in and request on Free Association, here we go. What just got done was Filigar with Nightfall. Before that, Dead Weather with Hang You Up from the Heavens. And before that, No Effects with Eat the Meek right here on 91.3 FM, 343-7913. Oh, the kind of weekend that I had was pretty chaotic. I went home to Arkansas for Christmas. Some of the relatives, they weren't able to come in because of the snowstorm that hit this particular region. They weren't able to come in for Christmas. Oh, how we panicked when we had a white Christmas. Well, the relatives were finally able to come in for Christmas, and we had it over the weekend. The problem was the Dallas Cowboys were playing the Minnesota Vikings at noon this Sunday, and I just knew with all the relatives watching and everything that the Dallas Cowboys would fail. And oh, did they fail. With all the nieces and nephews on the floor, with all of my brothers and sisters in the living room, the Dallas Cowboys put forth a performance that was putrid at best. And it led to a remark by my oldest brother who said, Tony Romo, he just doesn't have it. Oh, he doesn't have it. And he said that we, the Dallas Cowboys, are a quarterback away. A quarterback away, huh? What does he know anyway, my oldest brother? Well, he kind of knows, but he doesn't really know. That's the problem. Sitting there saying that the Cowboys are only a quarterback away. What does he know? He only follows the college game to begin with. I wonder what my oldest brother was saying when Peyton Manning couldn't get past the New England Patriots in 2004. I wonder what my brother was saying when the Colts couldn't get past the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2005. Were the Indianapolis Colts only a quarterback away? You see where I'm coming from, folks? Some Cowboys fans view this loss to the Minnesota Vikings as not a big deal. They cite 1991 as evidence. Even though we got blown out by the Detroit Lions 38-6, we bounced back the next year and won the Super Bowl. And we're hoping this happens again because why do we know these things? It's as George Santayana said, those who do not know their history are condemned to repeat it. And Mark Lane, a 21st century talk show host, is telling you that those who do not know their music history will never enjoy it. And we've got a show that'll help you enjoy it. It's This 70s Show right here on 91.3 FM, Sundays from 1 to 3 with your host David Souders. You'll hear everything, top 40, 70 music, one-hit wonders, cool funk, and of course, I know the prescription you need. You need a prescription for more cowbell. Sundays at 1 p.m., This 70s Show with David Souders. This is Mark Lane. I'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this corner weighing 120 pounds, soaking wet, your Fort Smith Fireball, your Champion of Chicken, your deluxe dueling DJ, he's got slot and ready to rock, Doc. It's Mark Lane.
Oh, how I love dogs. And you know I'm being sarcastic about that because I absolutely detest dogs. I find them to be cognitively deficient and their demeanor to be vexatious as a result. But there is no canine more annoying to me than my landlord's eldest daughter's dog. Now, the landlord's eldest daughter, she goes off to school somewhere in Missouri, and she's home over the Christmas break. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, they do. They're still on Christmas break, So she has her house dog that she has, I don't know, because they don't want an alarm system, so they buy a dog, one of those kind of things. So she brings the dog home with her. Now, I live right next to my landlord's. Their house is probably 40 yards away from my house. Now, normally when I come home, that dog is over in my landlord's yard barking at me. Oh, the dog's name. The dog's name is Rocky. Let's get that out of the way so you know who I'm talking about. So anyway, as I come home, Rocky will bark at me from my landlord's yard. You know, how intimidating is that? All right, the dog barks, big deal. So then, it's getting to the point now where when I come home, the dog is in my yard, barking at me, acting as though I'm an intruder on his property, which might as well be true. Rocky's dropping deuces in my yard as well, which is a territorial thing that dogs do, to mark their territory. So now my house, instead of giving my landlord rent money, I should be giving Rocky like a treat for my rent each month. So now it gets to the point where this dog is starting to nip at me if I go over there to the landlords to actually conduct business, pay the rent, tell them about this, tell them about that, visit with them. The dog, Rocky, will growl. He'll come at me, nip at me. Well, I have some very choice words for Rocky, but we'll just let it go at that, okay? We'll let it go at that, and we'll be a little nice to Rocky on the air.
This concludes another installment of Mark Lane Versus. Tune in next week for more exciting action, adventure, and romance.
The views and opinions expressed by Mark Lane do not necessarily reflect the opinions held at this station. Mark Lane does not actually support the use of physical violence as a means of problem solving. No animals were actually harmed during the making of this broadcast.